Time production, summertime fine. She got a pretty mind, a Howard alumni. Here to talk about what's going on and why throughout every season, winter, fall, summertime.
Okay, everyone, welcome to an episode of Summertime about summertime, because I realize you all watch me interview people all the time, so you all watch me get to know other people, but you all don't really know summer. So let's get to know summer. So today I have gathered some fun facts for you. I have this wonderful jar where I'll be pulling questions from so we can answer, and we're gonna get into who is Summer. Okay. So first fun fact, all of you all should know this already, but if you don't, I am from St. Louis, Missouri. That is where I'm originally from, but I've lived in a lot of different places. So I went from St. Louis to Toronto to Detroit to DC to Barcelona to New York to Miami to Charlotte, and now I'm back in DC, of course. Everybody always asks me what my favorite was. I really love all of them for different reasons. Miami was cool, Barcelona was wonderful, Toronto was really dope, and everyone always asks me why I move around so much. So while I was living at home with my parents, I moved around because of my dad's job. After that, I moved around for school, and then now I move around for work mainly. And do I see myself staying in DC forever? No, but I'll probably always come back here. Okay, fun fact number 2. I am a Gemini. So do with that what you want. My birthday is June 5th. I am a double Gemini, actually. So it's all true what they say. Okay, fun fact number 3. I have an older brother and an older sister, and I have 2 nieces and 2 nephews. Get it right, because y'all be forgetting. And I love my nibblings. You know they're called nibblings. Your nieces and nephews are actually called nibblings. So yeah, just so you know. Okay. Number 4, I love dessert. Dessert is my favorite meal of the day. Everybody thinks breakfast. No, it's dessert. My favorite dessert, I love key lime pie. I love brownies. I love cookies. I don't like cake, but I do like pound cake. So I really love crepes. I love sweet food. I love anything sweet. Next one, I have traveled to 32 countries, and the goal is to hit 50 countries before I turn 30. I'm 28, so I got a ways to go, but I think I can do it. Everyone always asks me what's my favorite country I've been to. Don't have a favorite because I've been to too many and I love them all, but I love Brazil. I love Belize. I love Italy. I love Spain. Um, I love France. I really just love them all. Kenya was so cool. Morocco was so cool. And I want to travel to a lot more countries in Africa and in South America. I've done a lot of Europe because I studied abroad in Barcelona. Um, Another fun fact, y'all should know this. Went to Howard University, duh. Studied journalism, which is why I'm doing this now. So I'm an actual journalist. I'm not a content creator. I'm not a podcaster. I'm a journalist. I do my research. That's what separates us. I'm ethical. I know what I'm doing. That's what separates me and podcasters. Had to pop my shit. And I studied Spanish. That was my minor. So that's why I studied abroad in Barcelona. I used to speak it very, very, very well. Now I forget a lot of it because I don't practice it enough, but I'm gonna get it back, don't worry. Next fun fact, all of you know this. I have a show called Summertime. I've always wanted my own show ever since I was young. Like when I was like 3 years old, I was like, yeah, I want my own show. And everyone was always like, yeah, okay, girl. Like, okay, yeah, we gonna see. They always knew I was a yapper, but they didn't know that could be a career. So look at me now. Tuh. Um, so I've worked at all these different companies with the goal to have my own show. And all the companies were like, no, not really. We don't really want you. So I started my own show. And so far it has been so much fun. And I've learned so much. And I've talked to so many different people. And I share those stories. And it really means so much to my heart to be able to share such beautiful stories of such beautiful people. It's been so cool. Okay. Next fun fact. I am a foodie. I love to eat. I love to eat. Like, I love eating for an experience. I love delicious food. That is the most important thing to me, is to have a delicious meal. I always want a delicious meal. And I understand that this is a privilege to be able to eat for experience, but I love it. It's truly my favorite privilege. And the weirdest thing I ever ate was a cricket taco. It was a taco with crickets on it. It was so gross. I actually have a video. Can we put the video in here? I'm gonna put the video in here. I have a video. I'm gonna put it in here. And actually it wasn't gross, but it was really salty. And like I just couldn't wrap my mind around the fact that I was eating a cricket taco. Yeah, it was weird. It was actually at this place in DC. I forgot what the restaurant is called. I'm gonna add it. Was it Oyamel? I think it was Oyamel. Okay, next fun fact. I have 11 tattoos. Um, None of them you can actually see from looking at me like this, except this one on my hand, which says breathe. And I got this because it's just a reminder to take a deep breath. So let's take one now. Good job, everyone. You should really do that every time you think about it, because sometimes we feel anxious or we feel some type of way, and really we just got to connect with our breath. Um, I have my palm trees right here, which is my logo for summertime because I really believe in myself and the work that I do. I have 1120 right here, which is my nephew's birthday. I have a rose right here behind my ear because I'm the rose that grew from concrete like Tupac. I have butterflies on my ankle and a black panther on the back of my leg because, yeah, I don't even need to tell you. I don't even need to tell you why I got a black panther. Y'all know why I got a black panther. If you know, you know. I got my grandfather's signature right here on my shoulder. I got You Are My Sunshine with a sunflower on my back for my mom. And then the other two, they not meant for the for the world to know. Okay. Okay. Story time. Another fun fact. So when I was about like, I guess I was like between 6 and 8, I got hit in the head with a shovel by my brother. It was an accident. So basically my brother was well, we were shoveling snow outside when we lived in St. Louis. We were, scooping the snow and like throwing it out of the driveway. And obviously we started playing. So I would scoop the snow and throw it on him. And he would scoop it and throw it on me from the shovel. Well, one particular throw, he accidentally let go of the shovel and it smacked me right in the head. I don't know if you guys can see this. Cleve, do you think they can see this? Well, I have a scar right here. It's still on me to this very day. And yeah, that shit hurt. And I had to glue my scalp back together. I had to go, obviously, to the emergency room. They glued me back together. And to this day, I will not shovel nothing. I'm not shoveling no snow. I've actually never do anything outside in the yard. Like I don't um mow the lawn. Like I don't do that. Okay, I have a few more questions I'm gonna answer. These are random. I don't know what these are. So we're just gonna pull a few so you guys can get to know some. Oh, I like this. What is your message to young women trying to break into the industry and build a career? My message to them is you all get to decide what's cool. So you decide what's cool, and the people that agree with you will come. Like, do not follow the trends. Do not try to do what everybody else says. Really be yourself, and you'll see who you are can attract so much money, so many audiences and listeners and people who want to come on your show and share your story. So yeah, do what you think is cool because you're probably a lot cooler than everybody else that's doing stuff right now. What are some quotes or mantras that you live by? I really like if you surrender to the air, you could ride it. That's by Toni Morrison. That means a lot to me because, and I think in life we don't surrender enough to what life is. Like we always try to control things, and I always try to control things because I'm kind of type A. But if you just surrender and let life happen to you, it'll actually flow a lot easier. That's my favorite quote. It was on my graduation cap. Would you ever take the show on tour? Of course I would. I would love to. So I look at my analytics a lot and see where my listeners are from. I have listeners most of my listeners are in the DMV, New York, Philly, Atlanta, Miami, Detroit, and LA, and Houston. And so I would love to go stop in all of those cities and talk to people that are from there and connect with those cities. And it's cool because I lived in Detroit, so I love that. That means people from back in Detroit are checking me out. So maybe I'll go to Detroit. What's one thing that this podcast has healed in you? I really love this one because I, it's really about believing in yourself. Like my whole life have been saying I wanted my own show. And it gets to the point where you keep on saying what you want, what you want, what you want, and you don't do it. So you start thinking am I really capable of doing it? So then once I was able to do it, I'm like, oh damn, I really am an executor. I really can get stuff done. I really can take a vision that I've manifested and make it my reality. So I guess what it has healed in me is just believing in myself and doing something for my younger self, my inner child. How do you think the show has grown from the first year to now? Oh my goodness me. Ah! When I think of the first year, I feel so proud because like we was working. Oh my gosh, ask Khalif. We were working hard. Like I was in here at multiple times a week knocking shows out. But I think I've just got a lot more like efficient and effective and like my communication skills. Um, Maybe time management has gotten better. The people that I talk to are, the stories that I'm able to share are a little bit more thoughtful. But even season one, like the stories that I shared were beautiful, and I'm still very proud of that work. Like my first ever episode was with Phil Lewis, who is currently the president of WABJ. He is also he is a reporter at the Huffington Post, and he is a very dope individual. So the fact that that was my first ever interview is like iconic. And then following that was Zizi Hassan, who is a yoga instructor, and she teaches yoga to like football players and things like that. So iconic. Like it's always been iconic, but I think we're just getting a little bit more professional. The level of like technology has advanced, editing has advanced, all of that good stuff. What moment am I most proud of from the past year? I think I'm most proud of the work that I did with boxing because like that was an area I was completely unfamiliar with. And literally I got in it and I did that interview with Lamont in November and interviewed Javante in February. So it just moved really fast and I was at the fight. It was just all very, very cool. I really, really love those moments. Those were really cool to experience. Which episode or guest made you rethink your perspective on something? That's good. Ooh, that's good. Khalif over there whispering, Mama Coco. She really did teach me a lot. She's a very good storyteller and shared a lot of stories. Um, I had a really good conversation with Junie about like Christianity, and I asked him like, does he feel like the music industry like takes him off course? And he was like, everything can take you off course. Like everything can be a temptation, but it's just about like how you practice every day to stay on the course. And I thought that was good perspective. I like that. That sat with me. What are my goals for the next year of summertime? Oh, I like this one. So currently the show is very interview series. Like I sit down, I talk to people, I talk to them about what they've got going on in their stories. But I want to pivot to be more of like Anthony Bourdain's Roadrunner or No Reservations, where the show is still centered around storytelling, but I hope that you all can see a lot more of me and who I am and what I'm doing and the places that I like to go or the places that I want to go. So I want to have more conversation over food and community and politics. So it's going to be more like charged, more opinionated. We're going to be in different places trying different things. So it's going to be more adventurous. Hopefully, we can travel a little bit. So I'm really looking forward to that. And we'll finish with one more pink one. What's my favorite meal to cook for myself? I do not like to cook, but I'm trying not to say that anymore. And I'm trying to start enjoying to cook so that I can, change my perspective on it. I really like to cook like a nice bowl, like, a chicken bowl, chicken, rice, avocado, whatever, dress it up however you want, like, like a Chipotle bowl at home or cava, whatever, steak, rice, or couscous, lettuce, like however you want to do a bowl. I just like variety. And I really am not big on leftovers, but that's good for leftovers because you can like change how it is. Like tomorrow, I don't have to have the avocado or the rice. You know what I'm saying? And I also really like to make tacos. Not not real Mexican authentic tacos, some nigga tacos, I'll be honest. But that's what I like to make. But anyway, I hope you guys learned something new about summer today. If you have any questions ever, like please feel free to send them over and I'll answer them on the show. But thanks for tuning in. And let's just see really quick on Instagram if anybody sent me any more questions because I asked anybody if they had any questions for me. Okay. Where I lived, I told y'all that. Traveled, I told y'all that. Accomplishments, advocacy. Oh, you know what? Something that I think people don't know about me is I am I am a real Black Panther. Like, I am a real advocate for all things marginalized, especially Black people, especially women. And I don't know if I have made that clear enough through these 3 past seasons, but if it's not clear enough, it is today. Um, and it will continue to be as we continue to go through these episodes. So just want to put that out. That's why I have the Black Panther tattooed on my leg. It's not on me, it's in me. I'm a real activist in my heart and in my spirit. Okay, thanks for tuning in, you guys. This is the end of season 3. Thank you for being around, and I appreciate you all so much. Fusion Festival 2025 is here. Saturday, September 27th, 9 to 6:30 at the Anacostia Art Center. Find the address here. Kick off with breakfast, power through workshops, and explore the latest in sustainability, tech, and AI marketing. And recharge with our wellness sessions. Cap it all off at our Reconnect Happy Hour. This is your day to grow, whether you're building a business, leading at work, or investing in yourself. Don't miss the festival that celebrates the ultimate innovation, community. Mark your calendars and be at the Fusion Festival 2025. Visit Eventbrite or grab your tickets here. See you there.